Were we able to save this baritone from the trash pile? Hey everyone, in my last video, I shared my unboxing and first impression of the Eastwood Sidejack Baritone that I bought on Black Friday. This guitar showed up a day late and unfortunately a couple dollars short. My overall experience and opinion of this guitar was not very favorable. There were a number of issues that I just couldn't get past, despite how excited I was to get a new guitar. This guitar had sharp sprouted fret ends and the pickups sounded dull and uninspiring. When the guitar arrived, it was super dusty and there was even rust on the strings. There was nasty corrosion on some of the frets and there was a cheap plastic nut. And there was a number of finish perfections that were visible even if they were under the clear coat. At the end of the last video, I mentioned that I contacted the seller about this guitar and I let you know that they had made it right by me. They had given me a partial refund, which has allowed me to afford some upgrades to this guitar. In addition to the upgrades, I gave it the old Miller custom guitar once over. And that allowed me to fix a number of the other things that were bothering me. Now, before I bash this guitar too much, let me tell you that there are a number of things that they got right about this guitar. Despite the finish imperfections, which is pretty regrettable, this guitar is still really pretty and really cool looking. It immediately jumps out of the stand at you as having massive mojo. It really wants to be played. This guitar wants to be awesome and I'm just helping it along. Additionally, I feel like for the most part, Eastwood did a really good job with the hardware. The tuners and the tune-o-matic bridge and the stop tailpiece are all high quality and I feel like they're built to last. The tuning machine heads have a slight bluish hue and I think they did this to try to match the finish color, which I don't prefer, but they do work really well. Additionally, the three-way toggle switch part of the electronics appears to be decent to high quality. It's not one of those really cheap ones that you see sometimes. The other part of the electronics were the small import electronics, fairly forgettable, but they were all gutted when I replaced the pickups, so I'm not going to belabor the point. Also, the fretboard wood is really beautiful and high quality, which matters to me. I thought they did a good job on that. But let's talk about the replacement pickups. I chose to buy a set of Fishman Fluence Gristle 90 P90 style pickups from Sweetwater. While I was at it, I decided to throw in an extra $100 and add the rechargeable battery pack. It was a slightly tight fit, getting everything to fit in there, but in the end, I was able to make it all go in there without having to drill any holes into the body itself. I have tried a couple different brands of P90 pickups, including Wilkinson and Lawler and the ones that were in my Squire Telly and a few others. And I have used Fishman Fluence pickups in a couple of my other guitars. And the thing that I feel really separates Fishman Fluence from other pickups is the ability to have multiple voices available. Having more voices available at the flip of a switch adds so much versatility. For the other Fishman Fluence pickups, they have two voices and you can swap between them using a push-pull pod or a mini toggle. However, for the Gristle 90s, they actually have three voices. Fishman recommends using a push-pull to activate voice 2 and then a second push-pull to override voice 2, activating voice 3. However, I thought that this suggestion would be clunky in actual use. Plus, I wanted to be able to control each pickup separately. I had just gotten in a shipment of on-off-on DP-DT mini toggle switches, and I thought that these were going to work perfectly for this application. I drilled a couple holes in the pick guard between the volume and tone knobs, and I wired it up so that one mini toggle controls the neck pickup and the other controls the bridge. Both switches work the same way. In the center is the classic Voice 1, classic awesome P90 sound with no hum. And with the toggle up, it's the overwound P90 setting, more honk, more overtones, more dirt, more drive. But the real surprise to me was that the toggle down position, this is basically a true single coil sound. Bright, snappy, sparkly, spanky. With these switches on separate pickups, I can mix and match them, especially in the middle position, for lots of tonal options. 15 different pickup combinations to be exact. On top of the massive tonal upgrades that I made, I fixed the other problems as well. I treated the fret sprout, rounded and polished the fret ends, polished the frets, cleaned and oiled the fretboard. I made a hand-cut bone nut and installed it on this guitar so that I know that the action, tuning, and tone is going to be solid for years to come. Then I did a full setup using the train method of guitar setup that I've discussed on another video. I also cleaned and dusted, got rid of the dust that was all over this guitar. The result is a guitar that plays awesome and sounds amazing. This is a guitar that I'm really excited about, and I just can't wait to pick up and play. So let's hear some sounds, and you can tell me what you think. All right, let's get some sounds. First, I'm going to start with the neck pickup and the classic sound. I got my running directly into my Vox. It's got a little reverb on it, and the only effect I've got is my Timmy, which I leave on all the time, okay? Neck pickup. Now we'll go to the up position, which is like the overwound. I'm gonna go with the switch in the down, which is position, which is like the single coil sound. Okay, let's go to the bridge position. I'm in the middle pick spot, which is the classic vintage P90. We'll go overwound. Now we'll go switch down, which is the single coil setting for the bridge position. Alright, cool. So now we'll go to the middle position. And I got, once again, both pickups are in the classic vintage P90. What I really like about this guitar in this getup is that, especially in the middle position, I can flip all these switches. I can have a overwound in the neck and a single coil in the bridge, or whatever I want. You know, like have you ever imagined like a Telecaster with a P90 in the neck pickup? You can kind of do that. You can do a single coil sound in the bridge. You can do an overwound P90 in the neck, and you kind of got that going on. You know, you have like a single coil in the bridge. And then your neck pickup is an overwound P90. And then in the middle. And then you get the added benefit of this guitar being a baritone, which is cool, you know. Or the other way around. Maybe you wanted a single coil in the neck, and then like a classic P90 in the bridge. Yeah, but let's see. Does it? Can you blues with it? So I'm gonna throw some overdrive on, do a tumness, and. Yeah, but can you, I don't know, can you chug? So you could chug if you were a chugging person. I'm not obviously really a chugging person very much. But here's what I really like about this. Check this out. until next time, I don't know. I really need a catchphrase to sign out on these videos. If you guys have any suggestions, pop them in the comments, and, I'd really love your help developing a catchphrase. Until next time, catchphrase.